Hello everyone, this is my Samsung washer in the self-cleaning mode. When I turned it on, it said 401, so I assume it's going to take 4 hours and a minute. Right now I'm down to 3 hours and 19 minutes. I guess that's what that means. And as you can see, the self-clean is flashing. If you're wondering what this is, remove moisture box. I've had this, I'm going to explain it to you. I've had this washer, I got it at Lowe's a couple of years ago. Hope you can see the thing. I've got a light on there so you can see the inside when it's cleaning. Anyway, about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, probably more like 2.5, I have to look at my receipt, at Lowe's, just one of your standard Samsung front load washers. And I've never used this self-clean mode before. I've never really had to do anything. But lately I've been noticing that my clothes, have been smelling like mold whenever I put them on, and my towels too. My clothes and my towels were smelling like mold. That's what it's doing right now. So I went on YouTube and I went on the internet, and oh my gosh, it's just, I got lost with all the different suggestions and what people are doing, and so I was like, that's just, you just get overwhelmed. It's just too much information. So I got out the owner's manual on this thing, and I read the owner's manual, and it basically said just do your self clean. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the self clean, and also in a couple of the recommendations I got, people said put a little bit of vinegar and baking soda in there. So what I did was I actually took a full box of baking soda, and before I started this, I just sprinkled it all down through here. And then I actually spun with my hand the drum a couple of times so it would evenly distribute the baking soda all over the inside of this tub. And I just used the Great Value baking soda. And also inside here, inside the soap dispenser, I used distilled white vinegar. And I think I can look at it actually right now. So what I did was I put it in here in the bleach dispenser, and I also put it in the, and I can actually smell the vinegar, so maybe it hasn't even ran through here yet. But I had to empty this. I wouldn't suggest putting it in this one, in the liquid only. Maybe just inside the bleach, because it's all gone. I don't really know how that works, but I'm going to keep this closed just in case it starts spraying that. So that's the only thing I put in there. It's on self-clean, baking soda inside the drum, and then I put distilled white vinegar in there. Now, I will say though, before I started this, I actually cleaned out the lint trap down here. I can't open it right now, but anyway, sorry, I can't open this right now. But I cleaned this all out down here. This is the lint trap, and there's a little hose that has a plug in it that you can unplug, and I got a little container to collect all the water, and I let it all drain out. I mean, let it all drain out. Every single last little bitty drop. Then I cleaned the lint trap out, and actually the lint trap wasn't even that bad. It was just a little bit of hair. Then the next thing I did was, before I started all this though, was I took a vacuum with the hose attachment, and I actually cleaned all around. Now imagine this door being open and it's not on. But all around this inside of here, this rubber seal that they talk about that holds a lot of mold and mildew. Only because I have a dog and he sheds a lot, and there was a lot of hair in here, and I thought, God, if I start wiping that out, you know how hard hair is to get off of. Well, anyway, on rubber, it's just gonna stick. The vacuum worked really well. I got all that hair out of there. So then while I was doing that, and I noticed it, it looked like there was like little black dots in there. Dry though, I mean, it was dry. I don't know what it was. It might have been dried mold or something, who knows. But I vacuumed all that out too. And the washer didn't stink. The washer itself actually doesn't stink. It was just, I was noticing the smell of mold on my clothes. So, and another tip that I will give you, Oh yeah, and I took this little brush here. It's almost this. A lot of people just say use a toothbrush, but I just had this out here with my tools in the garage, so I used it. It's just something I got at Harbor Freight, and I just kind of like knocked all that gunk loose, you know, around the inside of this rubber. So I did that before I started all this. So I cleaned this out down here. I vacuumed the sill and got as much junk loose as I could. Um, and then and then I put, you know, like I said, a little bit of white vinegar in here, and I dumped a whole thing of baking soda inside the drum. And then I started the self-clean. I don't know why it takes 4 hours, but maybe that's good. Who knows? And it is using hot water because I actually felt my line. See, that's hot. That's cold. So it did use the, you know, it's using the hottest water that it can, which is good. Oh yeah, now back to this moisture eliminator, and that's why I write this on here, is because every time I'm done, because I only do laundry maybe like once a week. Sometimes I can even go 2 weeks before I have to do laundry. So I always leave this door wide open. I always take this soap drawer out, completely out, and I'll turn it upside down and empty all the water out, and I'll just sit it over here on my washer, or I mean on the dryer, and just let it dry. I don't even leave it in here. So I remove this completely. I open the door and let it stay all the way open completely. You know, the whole time for the 1 week or the 2 weeks that I'm not using it. So that sucker will dry out, because mold forms whenever there's wet conditions. And another thing I do, as I know I'm going the extra step here, and I've always done this, is I've put these moisture eliminators in here, and you can see, and this has been sitting in here for a week now, and there's water in there. So I actually take this box right here, and I'll sit it down inside the washer, inside the drum when I'm done, and just let it sit with the door open and this thing out. And this is going to suck up water too, and you can see it's sucked up water that was inside that washer. So, and I get these at the dollar store. They're only $1, and I've got a bunch of them. I've got actually a couple of sitting down here, and it just gets all the little moisture out from down there too. But anyway, I hope this helps somebody, and I actually hope this works. I've still got 3 hours to go here, but I just kind of like wanted to let you guys see what it does, and it looks like it's really getting it clean, because that water right there, that looks really dirty to me. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but that water is really dirty. I mean, not real bad, but, and I thought that this washer was clean. So it's doing something. Obviously it's doing something, and that's probably very good. It probably needed it, because I've never done this self-clean cycle before. So hopefully this will help me with my clothes being, you know, smelling like mold. I mean, it doesn't smell like mold real bad, but it does. I know this video is getting really long now, so I'm about to stop. So let me back up and show you again. This is just the Samsung front load washer. Bought at Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy. You can get them anywhere. And I hope these tips I've shared with you today help. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry the video was so long. Bye-bye.